A+ലേക്കുള്ള വഴി ഇനി തനിയെ തുറക്കാം. Subscribe to the ENCLAPS channel. Ring the bell button and open success. It's that easy.
A single stone creates such a big impact.
Yes, it's true. A single stone creates a big impact. How? It creates ripples that get larger and larger. The ripple effect is so much greater than the original impact formed by the single stone. Let me ask you something. Have you ever created a ripple effect around you? Of course, not with a stone, but with your words or deeds. A small act of kindness can also create such ripples around us. It may create both short-term and long-term impact in the world around us. Have you had such experience in life? I was fortunate enough to come across a few instances in life where I could create small ripple effects. Those small selfless deeds are my greatest investments. Just like this one. I'm not sure where or whom I'm going to reach out to when I invest in the charity box. But I'm sure on one thing. This investment will never yield me a loss. It's definitely going to be a profitable one. How? Let me show you one such experience from a gentleman's life. The gentleman is none other than A.J. Cronin, who was a Scottish novelist and a physician as well. The best investment I ever made. That's the title the author has given for the narration. He narrates an experience from his own life, an investment he made in his life. The author was on board a ship and was traveling out from New York to London. It was habitual for him to take a walk in the evenings, and as he was on board a ship, he made a promenade deck his walking space. There is so much of space out there on the deck of a ship. But suddenly, he noticed a man. One of the passengers was watching him closely as he took his rounds on the deck. Cronin did not like anyone intruding and asking him personal questions. It was so boring for him. He called them importunate contacts, that which caused a lot of irritation. And so he pretended that he didn't notice the man. But there was nothing irritating about this man. He didn't reach out to the author with personal questions. He was too shy. A man in his early 40s. Let's take a look at him. Yes, he's short in build, has a fair complexion, clear blue eyes, thin hair, broad forehead. He's wearing a dark suit, sober tie, rimless spectacles. Oh yes, he looks quite serious and reserved. Cronin has mistaken him for an importunate contact. But who is he? The author was full of thoughts as he heard the bugle for dinner. Everyone went down for dinner. The day passed with some thoughts and doubts in mind. Maybe something more may happen the next day. But no. The following day also passed without any happening much. The author noticed the man watching him again, with no signs of an initiative to talk. But now, there was a lady with him, obviously his wife. Will she take the initiative to talk? No, she too remained reserved. Now, things took a turn. The author began to feel a desire to know more about them. He came to know from the steward that they were Mr. and Mrs. John S. from a small suburb of London. But why were they so interested in the author? The last evening at sea cleared the confusion. Mrs. John took the initiative. She held her husband's hand and forced him to reach out to the author.
Excuse me, doctor. I wonder if I might introduce myself.
Of course. What's your name and where are you from?
This is my visiting card. I hope you remember me.
I'm sorry, I don't recollect. Have we met before?
If you could spare a few minutes, my wife and I would like to have a word with you.
Sure, why not?
The author got interested in the couple. He also wanted to know about their whereabouts. And now he's seated on a chair next to them, listening to their story. What's their story? Let's listen to Mr. John.
I am Mr. John from London. This is my first visit to America. We were not on a holiday. My wife and myself visited the United States with a purpose. We made a tour of the New England states, inspecting the summer recreational camp for young people. We made arrangements to visit the settlement houses also in New York, and our aim was to study the methods employed in dealing with cases of backward, maladjusted, and delinquent youth.
That's interesting. They had gone to the US to study about how to deal with maladjusted and delinquent youth. The youth who went against the law, those who committed crimes, those who had mental and emotional problems. But why were they so interested in such matters? The author too was becoming more enthusiastic to know more. Mr. John was genuine with a disarming personality. The author found himself liking him instinctively. And then, what happened? How did they continue the conversation? What did they talk about further? Let's see that in the next class.
3 ലക്ഷത്തിലേറെ വരുന്ന ചോദ്യോത്തരങ്ങൾ ഏറ്റവും കുറഞ്ഞ ചിലവിൽ സ്വന്തമാക്കുവാൻ ഉടൻ തന്നെ ഡൗൺലോഡ് ചെയ്യൂ എൻക്ലാപ്സ് ദ ലേണിംഗ് ആപ്പ്.